All praises, all honor, all glory be unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutation to Allah, Akim doing and pushing his word in sincerity and truth worldwide, and a sincere shalom to the elect. Now I wanted to get into this little lesson here. I dubbed it Order Keeps You Spiritually Fit. Okay? Order keeps you spiritually fit. All right? You got to remember, we're not as these people in the world out here. We've been given special orders. All right? Let's just say it like that. We've been given special orders from, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay? And the whole world, they can't follow these orders because they don't have ears to hear, nor do they have eyes to see. Okay? Now, the scriptures tell you that he that is spiritual, 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 15, but he that is spiritual judgeth all things, yet he himself is judging no man. For who have known the mind of the Lord that he may instruct him? But we have the mind of Hamashiach. So you see, order was set up for those men, Order was set up for those men, the elect, who we read about in the scriptures, for, salvation, to keep them good, okay? To bring them back to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, all right? So when our elders, our apostle elders, our bishops, or when the brothers over you is giving you an order, it's spiritual. This brother's not giving you an order to, to break you down, okay? This guy is giving you an order to build you up, okay, spiritually, all right? Because the events that we're going to go through here on this earth, the perilous times that are going to come, we're going to have to be spiritually fit, all right? Forget about physically fit, because the scriptures talk about bodily exercise profited little, right? But yeah, it is good for you to exercise, keep your body in tune and whatnot. But when it comes to spiritual, you got to be at max, You got to be in tune, properly in tuned, right? So orders, okay? Orders from your elders, the apostle elders, those who are over you, the camp leaders, maybe other brothers, you're a younger brother and the brother sees, hey, you might be going down the wrong route. You're not supposed to get upset and offended and all emotional and butthurt, okay? You're supposed to consider these things. As we would read about the elect would be considering these things. They would take it to heart, okay? And the things that they're being shown and told is to only boost them and build them up, right? So, you have individuals out there that when they're told something, they have this worldly attitude to them, right? And the worldly attitude they have should have been done away when they came into the truth, okay? Because people in the truth, when you try to give them orders or when you try to tell them something, you can't tell me nothing, you're not my father, you're not, all carnal is all day. This is why the scriptures say that carnality, okay? Let me get this real quick. Romans chapter 8 and verse 5. For they that are after flesh do mind the things of the flesh. You see, that argumentative type of spirit that you can't tell me nothing, that's of the flesh, okay? That's of carnality. But they that are after the spirit do mind the things of the spirit. So when you have a brother that's over you, okay, and he sees something that's happening with you, hey, brother, slow down. You're kind of going off here. You know what I mean? I'm going to have to show you a little, this is how you deal with these situations. That's how you deal with this situation, right? And the brother would say, hey, yeah, you know what? This is something, of the spirit. We're not going after the carnal. So maybe this man sees something that he has experience with. He's been tried out, right? That I need to check myself about. This is why it tells you a child left to his own you know, what happens there. But you have individuals out there, right? And that's what happens to them. They get this lone wolf spirit. They don't want to run with the pack no more. They know it all, right? You can't tell me nothing. That carnal type of spirit, right? And really and truly what's going to happen to them is like when you stray from the pack, when you don't stay close-knit, tight-knit, the wolf will get you, all right? Because we've seen it all the time on Discovery Channel, the animal shows, right? Animal documentaries. Who's ever staying from the pack, the predator gets them, okay? You see when they're chasing the buffalo, they usually go after the youngest one because the youngest one can't keep up with the pack. And what happens to him? He gets gobbled up. He gets turned into a meal, okay? Hold on a second. Yeah, so going back into it, we always see what happens, with the, it could be a sheep, buffalo, whatever the case may be. But we know we're as shining lights, so, you know what's going to happen in this very dark world. The wolf is going to get you, bottom line, right? So, we got to stay tight-knit, all right? And we got to follow orders. When a brother that's over you gives you an order, do not buck up. Do not be carnal. I always quote that scripture. If you be otherwise minded, God shall reveal this unto you. When these brothers give you instructions, it's not something to beat you down and make you fall out of the truth. It's there to build you up, okay? So you stay rooted because they have the experience. They've been in the truth longer than you, okay? They've walked this walk longer than you. They've gone through much experience in the truth, not just the world. We could bring experience from the world, remembering certain things that we went through, and apply this knowledge so we don't drop into those same things. But what about situations that you're going to encounter in the truth that you never encountered before in the world, right? How do you handle those situations? One example, you're in the truth and somebody at work sees your internet video, you know what I mean? Starts talking shit. How do you handle that, right? Well, in the world, you were never doing stuff like that, so it was no worry to you. So let's say somebody may have seen something, out in the street and say, "Oh, I saw this guy getting drunk at a bar." So what? That's worldly shit. But going into this, you gotta take, those orders from those men that's been in those situations time and time and time over and over and over, And when you reject those orders, you're just an individual that's, being worldly, being carnal, okay? So continuing, for to be carnally minded is death, but they that are after the Spirit do mind the things of the Spirit. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is peace and life, okay? So a lot of these individuals out here, like I said, they're going after the flesh, when they reject and buck up order. They're going after the flesh. They're being carnal, all right? This is why I said that order keeps you spiritually fit, okay? So you don't fall in or fall back, into the world, that you may continue to do this work on to the end. Because you got to be spiritually fit when all these events are happening out here, when the perilous times comes down. You got to be spiritually fit to endure on to the end, okay? So let's get into this real quick. Let's get into the lesson, all right? Put it here, order keeps you spiritually fit. Metaphorically, this picture, applied to being spiritual in this truth, okay? Walking and minding how you conduct yourself as you walk, your regular day behavior, like brother put up the other day. Who are you when the camera turns off? All right? When the garments are off and the camera turns off, who are you truly? So And these things will keep you, spiritually fit in your everyday life, in your everyday walk, remembering who you are, okay? Not falling back into the same pits, So let's get into this real quick. Let's go to an example of what happens when you don't follow, instruction, the order that you've been given, okay? And this happened to this individual. He didn't follow order. The Lord told him here. Let me go to it real quick. I'm just going to jump straight to the point. 1 Kings chapter 13 and verse 7. And the king said unto the man of God, Come home with me, and refresh thyself, and I will give thee a reward. And the man of God said unto the king, If thou wilt give me half of thine house, I will not go in with thee, neither will I eat bread, nor drink water in this place. For so it was charged me by the word of Yahweh, saying, Eat no bread, nor drink water, nor turn again by the same way that thou camest. So he went another way and returned not by the way that he came to Bethel. So this man was charged by the Most High. When you go, through this coast or wherever, I'm sending you on a route. Do not eat nor drink, okay, in this place. Just continue through, all right? Till I show you or till I send you a sign or till, the Most High gives him instruction, right? Now, look what happened. Now, there dwelt an old prophet in Bethel, and his sons came and told him all the works that the man of Yahweh had done that day in Bethel, the words which he had spoken unto the king, them they told also to their father, right? And this father, he lied to him, okay? He wanted to go see him. He lied to him. He said, I'm going to get into it real quick. So afterward, he told his sons to get the saddle so he could ride out and go meet the prophet, right? That was talking to Jeroboam, if I'm not mistaken. Jeroboam. So anyways, going back into this. So he wanted to go see this prophet. He's like, all right, let me go see this prophet, bring him home. And, let me get to the point here. Verse 15, then he said unto him, the old prophet, the one that dwelt in the land there, Come home with me and eat bread. And he said, the other prophet, which the Lord told him, don't eat bread, don't drink water. And he said, I may not return with thee, nor go in with thee, neither will I eat bread nor drink water with thee in this place. Because the Lord charged him that, right? For it was said to me by the word of Yahweh, thou shalt not eat bread nor drink water there, nor turn again to go by the way that thou comest. So the same way you came, don't go back. Okay, keep going forward. Okay. He said unto him, I am an old prophet also as thou art. An angel spake, this was the lie, an angel spake unto me by the word of Yahweh, saying, Bring him back with thee into thine house, that he may eat bread and drink water. But he lied unto him. So he went back with him and did eat bread in his house and drink water. Okay? And it came to pass, as they sat at the table, the word of Yahweh came on to the prophet that brought him back. Okay? So the old prophet, watch this now. And he cried unto the man of God that came from Judah. So he cried unto the man that the Lord said, hey, don't eat bread, don't drink water, don't do nothing like that. Saying, Thus saith Yahweh, for as much as thou hast disobeyed the mouth of Yahweh, and has not kept the commandment which Yahweh thy power commanded thee, but camest back and has eaten bread and drunken water in this place, of the which Yahweh did say to thee, eat no bread and drink no water, thy carcass shall not come unto the sepulchre of thy fathers. And what happened? Right here, verse 24, and when he was gone, a lion met him by the way and slew him, and his carcass was cast in the way, and the ass stood by it. The lion also stood by the carcass. So that was a sign, okay? That was a sign right there. The Lord basically showed a sign like, look, this is what happens when you disobey the words of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Because how come the lion didn't eat his whole body? And the donkey. No, the donkey was standing right there. The same donkey you rolled in on. Okay? And the, Slakia. And the, Slakia, 1 second. And the, lion too. Okay? So the lion didn't move. The ass didn't move, and definitely his carcass didn't move. And that's what you get for disobeying orders, okay? Order will keep you spiritually fit, which in turn could save your life. Oh, you know what? That's another scripture too. When you go into Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and 12, for wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense, but the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it. And when you go into the NLT translation, it tells you that wisdom can get you anything, money can get you anything, but only wisdom can save your life, roughly phrasing, okay? And the wisdom is to follow order, all right? You've been given an order, follow it, all right? Don't be bucking up. At the end of the year, day and week, that could save your damn life, okay? We know what the scriptures say, we hate our life, but here to serve Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai on to the end, okay? We're not here to, enjoy this life here, go partying and all this fucking freak weird shit in the world. Our life here is what? Like Ecclesiastes 12 and 13 says, the whole duty of man is to what? Serve the Creator and fear Him, right? Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. So, you want to see the return of your Lord and Savior, right? So anyways, going back into this, let's go to John. Was it 20? And 1, the first day of the week cometh, and this shows order too as well, okay? So going back into 1 Kings there, you see what happens when you're disobedient, all right? Onto Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Now, like I said, when an order comes out from a brother, an elder, you know what I mean? Don't buck up. Don't be, rebellion is as a sin of witchcraft. Don't buck up, all right? 1 John, John chapter 20 and verse 1. The first day of the week cometh Mary Magdalene early, when it was yet dark, unto the sepulchre, and seeth the stone taken away from the sepulchre. Then she runneth and cometh to Simon Peter, and to the other disciple whom Yahushua loveth, John, and saith unto them, because Peter was favored by the Most High, and John was favored by Yahushua, they have taken away the Lord out of the sepulchre, and we know not where they have laid him. Peter therefore went forth, and that other disciple, John, and came to the sepulchre. So they ran both together, and the other disciple did outrun Peter. You hear that? They both ran together, and the other disciple, John, outran Peter. Remember, Peter's the head, okay? This shows order, what we're about to read. And came first to the sepulchre. And he, stooping down, John, and looking in, saw the linen clothing lying, yet went he not in. Then cometh Simon Peter, following him, and went into the sepulchre, and seeth, you see that? And went into the sepulchre. So John outran Peter, right? They both started running, and John's like, he started, taking off. He's like, my Lord and Savior. Ran in there, looking around, but he didn't go inside. He was looking around at the entrance, right? Then here comes Peter. All right, let me go in there. Walks inside, and then John follows him in. That's order, okay? Because Peter's the head. Then cometh Simon Peter, following him, and went into the sepulchre, and seeth the linen clothing lying down there, and the napkin that was about his head, not lying with the linen clothing, but wrapped together in a place by itself. So they're like, yo, what the fuck? All these clothes that he was wrapped in, because you ever see how the Muslims, that's the tradition of old, right? So, and besides, these people took our traditions. These people took our traditions. And then, please myself. Oh, verse 8. Then went in also the other disciple. See that? Which came first to the sepulchre, and he saw and believed. So this shows you order, okay? These men are spiritual men. So they understand these things. When you're a carnal man, you're not going to understand these things. You're just going to waltz all in, instead of being, like the apostle elders. Let's say we're waiting somewhere, right? And there's food ready and everything's ready, but we're waiting for the apostle elders. How rude of it is it for us to start eating without the apostle elders? Do you understand? Do you understand that? If you grew up in the old school, you would understand what I'm saying. Where's your integrity? Okay? Here it is, these men are the heads, or it's like your mother and father. You place the things on the table, your mom and dad come home, put the meat and the, everything there, and then they go upstairs and they're washing up, and then they come downstairs, kids are already yamming up the food. Are you crazy? You see, these are things that people in this society didn't grow up off of. Luckily, a lot of brothers who are up in age, 40s and up, right? We grew up with these principles, okay? You think I could go set the table? Let's just say I did it all myself. Sisters and brothers washing up, cleaning up, outside there may be a mess, inside there may be a mess. They're cleaning up, busy doing that. I'm setting the table, silverware, everything. As they say, the utensils, right? Setting all that up, Then next thing you know, I decide to make myself a plate and just sit there and start eating and turn on the TV. And are you fucking crazy? Boy, you won't be even alive to tell that story, okay? Straight up. It's discipline, order, all right? These things keep you well fucking balanced. But you have a lot of individuals of the circumcision who miss these key points, okay? As much videos as we make saying this and doing that, hey, there's key points here that you gotta ingest. If you missed it, you missed it. And that's a building. That's like a building block for your body. You missed this point. Well, guess what? When weight starts to really come on, a couple key points, components in your leg that you missed over here, metaphorically speaking, your leg is gonna break. Imagine your femur bone growing, and there's chunks out of your femur bone, and you're just getting heavier and heavier. Eventually, what's gonna happen to your femur bone is gonna break under pressure. And you're going to die, because when your femur bone breaks and you don't get to fucking, the doctor right away, you're going to fucking die, okay? So It's much like in this truth. If you don't take those key principles, those key building blocks, all right, as a babe, coming up in this truth as a babe, and you want to shoot up the ladder, well, guess what? You're going to crack on the pressure. When you get to the top, you're going to crack on the pressure. Look what happened to Alizé the other day, or last month, or whatever, and many others, all right? He's just the newest result, or the latest result, right? When you miss key, this is why I think the Apostle Elder Tahar put that up today. The basics keep you fit, okay? And with the basics came order. That was the milk that you're coming up off of. Some guys like to steal. They like to go to a brother's channel, write down the breakdown, record it, whatever they gotta do, and then they go out there and regurgitate it. It's not fully really in them, man. Okay? Because they missed the first key components, the basics. So you got brittle bone disease, man. And we could tell when individuals have brittle bone disease. They try to crown themselves. Their attitude is very carnal. They're not spiritual, okay? A lot of these guys like to reject the milk and try to sound deep. Yeah, I'm over righteous Israelite, bro. Well, fuck you. Because we see through that bullshit. Don't try to hold my fucking hand. You know what I'm saying? Don't get your fucking hand off of me, man. This is what the brother's been talking about the whole time. And some people miss it. They skip right past it. This is why, order keeps you fucking fit. All right? Keeps you spiritually fit, man. You got a bunch of misfits out there. A bunch of individuals that got brittle bone disease, man. They didn't grow up right. They didn't come up off the milk scriptures, man. They just wanted to jump right in it. They wanted a position. They wanted a high seat. They saw men that were being carnal. So they're not really in it to win it. They're out there to be seen of men and to be heard of men. Look at me. Look at me. All that gang mentality that you came from in the world, you better watch yourself. To all those individuals who reject order and want to be, it's me. I'm the top guy. You watching for your fall. You're going to fall, and we're going to see it. Sirach chapter 20 and verse 32. Necessary patience in seeking the Lord is better than he that leadeth his life without a guide. The key point here, necessary, I brought this up yesterday. Necessary patience in seeking the Lord. Necessary patience. A necessity of suffering, okay? Because what does a patient do? He goes through suffering. He endures suffering. He endures fucking people talking shit about him, right? He endures all those things, but yet he stays straight to the order. Then you got some other individuals who think Yahweh Shemel Shah is with him, and they really leading their life without a guide, man. Just because you know that you're an Israelite, like a brother made that video too. He said, that ain't enough. There's got to be action behind it. Like what our apostle elders are telling you, and our elders, our bishops, are you putting it to use? What you're reading, are you putting it to use? Are you putting the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai to use? Are you just out there being a damn clown? Running your damn mouth, yapping, man, like a damn female, full of gas. I gotta go out there and get this anguish out. Though we're really out here to look for the elect, and there's a specific way to do it, which falls in the line of order. If you ain't spiritually fit, you can't look for nobody. How the hell could I be sick as fuck with a beam in my eye, right? How the hell, metaphorically speaking, how the hell could I be sick as fuck with a beam in my eye and then tell somebody how to get better? But yet, me, myself, I'm 600 pounds overweight. Get out of here, man. So you got to be spiritually fit. If you're not spiritually fit, fuck you. Get away from me. Don't fucking hold my hand, nigga. You understand? And you have a lot of individuals in this, of the circumcision, wood niggas, niggas that are wood, and I call them niggas because eventually what's going to be shown that they are niggas, okay? Just because you got a garment out, you putting up 20 videos here and there, don't mean that you're going to make it to the finish line. Don't mean that we can't see through your shit. All those individuals who are not following order, they're being carnal, they're not of us, man. They're doing their own damn thing. So necessity, okay, of sufferings, okay, and seeking the Lord is better than he that leadeth his life without a guide, man. And under that suffering, enduring, there's orders that come at you that help to, trim the fat on you, all right? And like I said, you got a lot of individuals out there with that me spirit, talking about, I know what's best, I know what's up, you can't tell me, That's all carnality, man. Settle down and take the order. Take the spoonful of goodness, man. Or else be in the danger zone. You know what I mean? Yep, I should go up a little bit, but anyways. Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 6. Let no man deceive you with vain words, for because of these things cometh the wrath of God upon the children of disobedience. The main point here, don't let men out here deceive you with vain words, man. Trying to heap together to themselves disciples, okay? There's a lot of guys that want to come up against the apostle elders, want to talk bad about them, okay? And they got those inner feelings. They may show it here, a little bit there. Then they got these chat rooms, that they go on that nobody's aware of, but nothing is hid. That it's gonna come to the light, right? And they want to heap together themselves disciples, and we're gonna be the top guys soon enough type of attitude, like Alazar. So don't let these men deceive you with vain words, man. Because all they're trying to do is make themselves look good. They couldn't take order, so guess what? They hope that you can't take order. They try to trick you with their goddamn words, talking about this situation, that situation, this and that. Look, stop being emotional, man. Okay? Stop being fucking emotional. Stop being a little bitch, all right? When another man gives you an instruction or order in this truth, you have to follow it. Imagine Peter told John, yo, slow down. And then John goes, no, you slow down. Out of order. Imagine how Shai said, imagine, not even imagine, what would it be if Yahweh told Yahweh Shai to do something and he said, no, I ain't going to do it. Are you crazy? Completely out of order, right? So that's the same when we're walking in this truth. If we're getting an order from an elder or another brother, it's to boost you up. It's not to break you down, okay? It's to ward off that wickedness, not to make it, for you to be submerged in it. Because the brother's following order himself. What's love? Keeping the commandments of the Most High. What can be found in the commandments? If you see your brother going off, hey, you got to correct him. Put him in the right path. What's happening right now is written in the scriptures, man. Okay, I'm going to say it like that. So it's nothing to be, oh, shit. I never believed that guy would do that. Man, this year alone, with the amount of people that fell out, unalived, heaping together themselves disciples to come against the apostles, it's not surprising. Okay, it's not surprising. You know why? Romans 15 and verse 4. Written aforetime for our learning. All these examples are written for, when you go into Corinthians 10, it's talk about an admonishment, a warning to us. And those things happen unto them for an example, for a warning to us. Imagine that. So now, we're reading about these things and we're seeing it happen before our eyes. So We can't be like, oh man, what? I never expect. Well, read about it all the time. You ate the roll, right? First, 2 Timothy chapter 3 and 14. Just hitting straight to the point. But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned. See, that's the thing. Continue in the things which thou hast learned, and has been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them. Okay? So now, you came into this truth, you learned from your apostle elders, all of a sudden there's some guy bug out, trying to plant a vine in you, right? Trying to plant a vine of deceit in you. Don't let it grow, okay? Let no man deceive you with vain words. Don't let it grow. Don't let it fester. Oh, you don't gotta follow that order, man. Those guys are just bugged out. They're always so nitpicky, So what if the brother's drinking? Let him fucking drink. You know how much sorrows we feel in this place? No, brother. You gotta watch how you're drinking. Balance yourself. Hey, man, don't listen to that guy. Let's go get drunk, Ak. You wanna go get drunk? Let's go get drunk as a fucking skunk. Right? Let me go get drunk, man. Come, let me go get drunk. Right? And the next thing you know what happened? This man doesn't follow the orders from the brother that he was, he was trying to show him, and ends up in a ditch with the same guy that he was drinking with, or falls out the truth. Either one. This is why Sirach chapter 8 and 15 tells you not to travel with a bold man. You're going to die through his fucking folly, okay? But continuing the things which thou hast learned, has been assured of, okay? So when you're a babe coming in, and you hear about order from the apostle elders, or the elders, bishops, however you want to say, whatever, right? And these orders were going out to keep you spiritually fit, and then you see some people bucking up, don't fall into the same category as those people. Because the ones who followed the apostle elders' orders, and we believe we're prophets, right? We believe cold-heartedly that we're the prophets, right? Coming back. So, doesn't Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai speak through the mouthpiece of his prophets? I have to pause on that one for a second, because yes, right? The true prophets. So if they're telling you, not like the false prophets, remember we went in 1 Kings chapter 13, that old prophet there, doesn't matter. It's a prophet, there's false prophets and true prophets, okay? Don't go letting somebody else deceive you with vain words, okay? Follow the order that thou hast from the beginning, knowing that who you are assured of with these breakdowns, man, and these scriptures, and the order of things, man. When our apostle elders tell us something, PSA, watch out for this guy's channel. PSA, watch out for this individual. He's bucking up against the truth. He's bucking up against the apostle elders. What happens 9 times out of 10? They end up falling out of the truth, but before that, they're speaking bad about the apostle elders, speaking bad about brothers, spreading rumors, talking shit, being presumptuous, and then they fall out the truth. Every single fucking time that these people have come up against the apostle elders, where are they now? Or the brothers, where are they now? In a trash bag somewhere. Okay? Yep. Let's go to that real quick. They mocked, okay? They refute, what the hell is going on with you? Why? They refused order. And this is what happened to them. 2 Chronicles chapter 36 and verse 14. Moreover, all the chief priests and the people transgressed very much after all the abominations of the heathen, and polluted the house of Yahweh, which he had hallowed in Jerusalem. And Yahweh power of their fathers sent to them by his messengers, rising up rising up betimes and sending them, because he had compassion on his people and on his dwelling place. So he had compassion on his people, so he sent them order. Okay? If you don't have compassion, your kids, they go to school, get in trouble. Give them no order. Give them no order and see what happens. They grow up wild, crazy. But the parent who loves the child chastens them, right? Just like a father loveth his son, he's going to chasten him. Just like the Lord loveth us, he's going to chasten us. Just like the apostle elders show their love onto us. They're going to give us orders. If we need chastening, we'll get chastening. What's the problem, Jake? Order keeps you spiritually fit. So, and Yahweh power of their fathers sent to them by his messengers, rising up betimes and sending them, because he had compassion on his people and on his dwelling place. But, here's the point, but they mocked the messengers of Yahweh and despised his words. Okay? So within the words is coming orders. Okay? Forget the man. The order of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is coming out. Yeah, the mouthpiece of that man. But really and truly, you're going against the orders. You're bucking up against orders. You're being rebellious. Okay? And misuse his prophets until the wrath of Yahweh arose against his people, till there was no remedy. He that being often reproved hardened his neck shall be destroyed, and that without remedy, roughly phrasing. Proverbs 29:1. Okay? So, this is a warning to all you individuals of the circumcision that know you're Israelite, you know, hey, that have the 100% truth. Forget the other guys. They're not going to listen. But, hey, keep following order, man. Because order will keep you spiritually fit. And you damn well know it yourself. Okay? Preaching to the choir, you know. But anyways, let's go to something. Yup. I quoted it. Let's get it. Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 1. He that being often reproved harden his neck shall suddenly be destroyed, and that without remedy. That's what you're going to get from mocking the orders that come from Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, okay, through his men. Yup, rebellious spirit. And he that have a rebellious spirit, we already know. What is it like? It's as the sin of witchcraft, okay? 1 Samuel chapter 15 and 23, for rebellion is as a sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. Because thou hast rejected the word of Yahweh, he have also rejected thee from being a king. Ooh. So all you individuals in this truth, man, 100% truth, okay? We got to make sure that we follow order to a T and keep spiritually fit, because right there it says, he have also rejected thee from being a king. You're going to die with the rest. You're going to die of that. You're going to taste that second death, man. You know, hey, that's what it is, man. You want to be rebellion? You want to be stubborn? You don't want to follow order? What happened to all the individuals, like I said, that, you know, were given an order, didn't want to follow the orders? They eventually turned against the apostle elders, became stubborn, rebellious, bitter, right? And where are they now? Like I said, back in the world doing their own thing, or preaching another doctrine, which we already know. Doesn't matter if you got a garment on. If you're not part of that 144, you're done. You're toast. Okay? So going back into that, for rebellion is as a sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity. And that's where you're being. You're being pig-headed, stubborn, rebellious. Okay? When you keep rejecting order, when you keep saying, nah, man, yo, I'm going to do my own thing, bro. You know? I don't got to listen to these guys. I don't got to follow that order. I don't got to make 3 videos a week. You know, these things that the apostle elders are telling you is to keep you spiritually fit, so you don't fall in to that bucket. You don't fall into that hole. never ending land or whatever. never ending hole, man. And it's hard to get out once, you may fall in a little bit and there's a good root that you can get hold of. And then you slowly position your foot in a hole and then another hole and you get back to the surface. And then you come back out, hey, metaphorically speaking, that's you fasting, rebuking yourself on a certain level, refusing temptations of the world, right? Getting back in order, you holding on to that little stem because, hey, tell you, once you let go of that stem and say, fuck it, man, let me see what's at the bottom here. That's it, you gone, okay? You're not coming back, okay? The only way you're going to come back is if an angel of the Lord go down there and pull you out, okay? I'm speaking metaphorically. So, for all you individuals out there, man, order keeps you spiritually fit, okay? And, really and truly, that's to the younger brothers who are just coming in, this year, last year, whatever it may be, 3 years ago. This lesson is not really for the older brothers. But, hey, we learn every day, and we always can pick up on something. And the brothers can make a video off of this video, right? The more older and skilled brothers, right? So, let's get into this real quick. Last scripture, Sirach chapter 10 and verse 20. The fear of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai goeth before obtaining of authority. So within the fear of the Lord, when a message is given, Amos chapter 3 and 7, when a message is given from one of his prophets unto you, don't neglect it. Remember, I said, if you be otherwise minded, even God shall reveal this unto you. Okay? So don't reject that. Don't push it to the side. Don't, because that really is truly the Lord trying to show you something. All right? And you constantly, consistently, you're rejecting it, which is no good. So going back into this, the fear of the Lord, the fear of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai goeth before the obtaining of authority. This is why we're being thrown into the fire right now. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3 said that the Lord have tried them and proven them, okay, and found them worthy. A disorderly individual, how are you going to be found worthy, man? You're being tried and you're rejecting just that, that trial that you're going through. How the hell are you going to be found worthy? Remember, necessary patience, necessity in suffering. Seeking the Lord is better than he that leadeth his life without a guide, man. Sufferings can come in different multitudes, okay? In different spectrums. This guy could be suffering with a knife in his head and, gashes at the side of him or whatnot. And then this guy could be suffering on the low from infirmities inside. So it's the same spectrum within the truth, okay? So going back into this, the fear of the Lord goeth before obtaining of authority, but roughness and pride is the losing thereof, okay? So, bottom line is, follow orders when it's given to you, man. Do not be a prideful individual because we already know, you see what's going to happen to Esau. He's the number one prideful in the world, right? And he's going to lose this position that he has here, okay? So right now that we're here for this little moment, our affliction is but for a moment. Suffer these things. Go through these things, okay? Don't get all prideful, right? Because when you start getting prideful in this truth, what happens? You become disenchanted and you fall away. Because the Lord is not dealing with prideful individuals. Here, I gave you this 100% truth. This is how you're supposed to be moving, like the meek. Everything can be found in the scriptures, okay? In order how to apply yourself to follow order, okay? And like I said, a lot of these individuals out here, they got brittle bone disease, man. Brittle bone disease, man, because they miss key components coming up. They want to jump over certain steps, right? And try to be the guy on the top, you know? But hey, man, it is what it is. And like I said, order keeps you spiritually fit, okay? When brothers give you an order, all right, that's not there to break you down. It's there to break the old man down, weed him out, right? Burn him up, crush him, destroy him, right? Because the old man can't handle that type of stuff. But the spiritual man, the inward man, he can handle it. Man that is after Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, right? So, hey, with that, hey, like I dubbed this one, order keeps you spiritually fit, okay? So I was going over this lesson. I was thinking about it. I was like, with all the events that are happening out here right now, you know, in this truth, we could see that the Lord is really, you know, casting some fish. You know, remember, he's going to take like a net, right? All these fish. You got to look, go through them carefully. Nope, this one got blemishes on it. Toss it back. Oh, these 5 are good. Let me keep those. Nope, all these 10 right here, no good. I thought they were good, but they're no good. You know, and that's basically what's happening right now. Many are called and few are chosen, man. And the few that are chosen knows that order keeps you spiritually fit. And with that, all praises, all honor, all glory be unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutation to all the Akim do and push this word in sincerity and truth worldwide, and a sincere shalom to the elect. I hope you're edified. Lord willing, to the next time. Wah abad babal. Shalom Akim.